The Hittites were an ancient civilization that played a pivotal role in the history of the Near East. Emerging from the heart of Anatolia in modern-day Turkey, they rose to prominence around the 17th century BC, establishing an empire that rivaled the great powers of the time, such as Egypt, Assyria, and Babylonia. The Hittites were renowned for their military prowess, innovative use of iron, and complex legal systems. Their empire stretched across a vast expanse, influencing the political and cultural landscapes of the ancient world. At the center of the Hittite world was their capital, Hattusa, a city that became a symbol of their architectural and administrative genius. The Hittites were master diplomats and warriors, skillfully navigating alliances and conflicts with neighboring states. Their society was deeply hierarchical, with a king who wielded both secular and religious authority, supported by an intricate bureaucracy. The Hittites were also pioneers in diplomacy, crafting one of the earliest known peace treaties with the Egyptians after the Battle of Kadesh. Their contributions to governance, law, art, and religion have left an indelible mark on history, offering a glimpse into the complexities of ancient civilization. The origins of the Hittites are shrouded in mystery and intrigue. Scholars believe that they were part of the vast Indo-European migrations, a movement of peoples that spread from the Eurasian steppes across Europe and Asia. This migration, which began around the 3rd millennium BC, saw various groups moving in waves, bringing with them languages, technologies, and cultural practices that would shape the regions they settled in. The Hittites were one of these groups, and they made their way into the Anatolian Plateau, a region characterized by rugged landscapes and diverse climates. Here, they encountered the indigenous Hattian people, an ancient culture that had already established settlements across the area. The meeting of these two cultures led to a period of cultural fusion, giving birth to a distinct Hittite identity. Evidence of the early Hittite presence in Anatolia comes from archaeological discoveries at key sites such as Kultepe, also known as Kanesh. This site, dating back to the early 2nd millennium BC, served as a vital trading hub, facilitating interactions between the Hittites and the Assyrian merchants who frequented the region. The rich archives unearthed at Kultepe reveal insights into the early Hittite society, their language, and their integration into the existing cultural landscape. As the Hittites settled in Anatolia, they began to establish a presence that would soon grow into a powerful kingdom. One of their most significant achievements was the founding of Hattusa, their future capital. Located near modern-day Boğazgale, Hattusa was strategically positioned, surrounded by natural fortifications that provided security and control over the surrounding territories. The rise of Hattusa marked a turning point in Hittite history. It became the political, religious, and cultural heart of their civilization, a testament to their growing ambition and organizational prowess. The city's fortifications, temples, and palaces reflected the architectural innovations of the Hittites, setting the stage for their emergence as a dominant power in the region. In the early history of the Hittites, we see a people laying the groundwork for an empire that would soon challenge the established powers of the ancient Near East. Their journey from obscurity to prominence was just beginning, driven by a combination of strategic acumen and cultural adaptation. The Hittite Old Kingdom, spanning from approximately 1650 to 1500 BC, marks a period of consolidation and expansion where early kings laid the groundwork for a powerful state. It was a time of internal strife and external challenges, yet also of remarkable achievements that set the stage for the Hittites' rise as a formidable force in the ancient world. One of the legendary figures associated with the founding of the Hittite kingdom is Labarna I. While much of his life is shrouded in myth, Labarna is credited with establishing dynastic rule and setting the foundations for Hittite power. The title, Labarna, became synonymous with kingship in Hittite society, a testament to his lasting influence on the royal institution. Following Labarna I, Hattusili I emerged as a central figure in transforming the Hittite state into a formidable kingdom. Hattusili I, known for his military prowess and statesmanship, embarked on campaigns to expand Hittite territories beyond the Anatolian plateau. His conquests included the regions of Aleppo in Syria and the kingdoms along the Euphrates River, which significantly extended Hittite influence. One of Hattusili I's notable achievements was the capture of the city of Al-Alaq, a strategic stronghold in northern Syria. This victory demonstrated the Hittites' growing power and their ability to project influence over neighboring regions. It also set the stage for future Hittite expansion into the rich and contested lands of the Levant. Mursalai I, the successor of Hattusili I, took the Hittite ambitions even further. His most audacious campaign was against Babylon, one of the most influential cities of the time. In a stunning military feat, Mursalai I led Hittite forces to sack Babylon, an event that reverberated across the ancient Near East. This bold move, however, also brought unintended consequences, as Mursalai I faced internal strife and political intrigue upon his return. The period following Mursalai I's reign was marked by internal conflicts and power struggles, leading to a weakening of central authority. Assassinations and coups became common, as rival factions vied for control of the Hittite throne. This instability threatened to unravel the achievements of the Old Kingdom, as the empire faced challenges from within and from external adversaries. Despite these challenges, the Old Kingdom era was a time of significant development for the Hittites. They established a sophisticated administrative system, codified laws, and fostered a vibrant cultural life. The Hittite language, recorded in cuneiform script, became a vehicle for administrative and literary expression, laying the groundwork for future advancements in governance and culture. As the Old Kingdom transitioned into a period of decline, the Hittites faced the daunting task of navigating internal strife and external threats. Yet, this era laid the foundation for the future resurgence of Hittite power, as new leaders emerged to reclaim and redefine the Hittite legacy in the centuries to come. Following the turmoil of the Old Kingdom, the Hittites entered a period of obscurity known as the Middle Kingdom. Spanning from approximately 1500 to 1400 BC, this era, often referred to as the Hittite Dark Age, was characterized by fragmentation and decline, but also by resilience and recovery. The struggles of the Middle Kingdom were rooted in the weakening of central power, as regional governors and local rulers gained autonomy, challenging the authority of the Hittite kings. This decentralization led to a loss of cohesion, with various factions vying for control and influence within the empire. The internal discord was exacerbated by economic difficulties and threats from neighboring peoples, including the persistent menace of the Kaska tribes from the north. The Kaska, a confederation of tribes inhabiting the rugged Pontic Mountains, posed a significant threat to the Hittites. Their raids and incursions into Hittite territories disrupted trade and agriculture, straining the resources of the already beleaguered kingdom. The Kaska's mobility and guerrilla tactics made them a formidable adversary, contributing to the instability that characterized the Middle Kingdom. Despite these challenges, there were attempts at reunification and restoration of Hittite power. Kings like Tudhaliya I sought to reassert control over fragmented territories and reclaim lost prestige. Military campaigns were launched to subdue rebellious regions and fend off external threats, signaling the Hittites' determination to maintain their presence in Anatolia. During this period, religion and mythology played a crucial role in maintaining social cohesion. The Hittite syncretic religion, which incorporated deities from neighboring cultures, served as a unifying force, reinforcing the king's divine mandate to rule. Myths and epic tales, such as the Kamarbi cycle and the Epic of Gilgamesh, were not only cultural expressions but also vehicles for asserting the legitimacy of the royal house. As the Middle Kingdom progressed, signs of recovery began to emerge. The gradual stabilization of the Hittite state was marked by efforts to strengthen administrative structures and foster diplomatic relations with neighboring powers. Innovation and adaptation became key to overcoming adversity as the Hittites sought to navigate the complexities of their geopolitical landscape. The transition to the New Kingdom, around 1400 BC, marked a turning point for the Hittites. With a renewed sense of purpose and leadership, they embarked on a path of revival that would see them rise to unprecedented heights. The resilience demonstrated during the Middle Kingdom laid the groundwork for a resurgence of Hittite power and the eventual establishment of a vast empire. The New Kingdom, spanning from approximately 1400 to 1200 BC, represents the zenith of Hittite power and influence. This era saw the transformation of the Hittite state into a formidable empire, driven by visionary leaders, military prowess, and strategic alliances. The New Kingdom was a time of conquest, diplomacy, and cultural flourishing, marking the Hittites as one of the dominant forces in the ancient Near East. One of the most influential kings of the New Kingdom was Suppiluliuma I, who ascended to the throne around 1350 BC. Suppiluliuma I was a master strategist and statesman, whose reign marked the beginning of Hittite imperial expansion. Under his leadership, the Hittites embarked on campaigns that extended their influence far beyond the Anatolian heartland. Suppiluliuma I's military campaigns were characterized by their effectiveness and ambition. He targeted key regions such as Mitanni, Aleppo, and Kadesh, bringing these territories under Hittite control. His conquests in northern Syria were particularly significant, as they established the Hittites as a major power in the region, challenging the dominance of the Egyptian Empire. The rise of the Hittites under Suppiluliuma I was further consolidated by shrewd diplomacy. He forged alliances with neighboring states, including an agreement with the Hurrians of Mitanni, which neutralized potential threats and expanded Hittite influence. This diplomatic acumen was exemplified in the famous Amarna letters, a collection of correspondences between the Hittites and other great powers, revealing the intricate web of relationships that shaped the political landscape of the time. Suppiluliuma I's legacy was continued by his successors, including Mursili II and Mu'adali II, who upheld the momentum of expansion and consolidation. The reign of Mu'adali II saw one of the most iconic events in Hittite history, the Battle of Kadesh. Fought around 1274 BC against the forces of Pharaoh Ramses II, the battle was one of the largest chariot engagements in history, reflecting the scale and ambition of Hittite military endeavors. Though the Battle of Kadesh ended in a stalemate, it underscored the Hittites' strategic capabilities and solidified their status as a great power. The subsequent peace treaty with Egypt, one of the earliest known diplomatic agreements, further cemented Hittite influence and marked a period of relative stability and cooperation between the two empires. The New Kingdom was not only a time of military and diplomatic achievements, but also of cultural and architectural innovation. The Hittite capital, Hattusa, witnessed a renaissance of construction, with grand temples, palaces, and fortifications that showcased the architectural prowess of the Hittites. The city's complex layout and monumental structures reflected the sophistication and ambition of their civilization. Cultural exchanges flourished during this period, as the Hittites absorbed influences from the civilizations they encountered. Their syncretic approach to religion and art resulted in a unique cultural identity that resonated throughout the region. The Hittites were also instrumental in the transmission of knowledge, as they interacted with Assyrians, Babylonians, and Egyptians, contributing to the rich tapestry of ancient Near Eastern civilization. The New Kingdom era was a pinnacle of Hittite power, characterized by its expansionist zeal and cultural achievements. The Hittites, through a combination of military might and diplomatic finesse, had carved out an empire that rivaled the greatest powers of their time. As we explore the heights of Hittite imperial ambition, we also witness the enduring impact of their achievements on the ancient world. The military prowess of the Hittites was a defining feature of their empire, enabling them to conquer and maintain vast territories across the ancient Near East. Their success was built upon a combination of strategic acumen, technological innovation, and disciplined forces that were adept at adapting to the challenges of warfare. The Hittite army was a formidable force, characterized by its organization and mobility. One of the key elements of their military might was the chariot corps, which played a crucial role in their battlefield strategies. The Hittites were among the first to utilize chariots extensively in warfare, harnessing their speed and maneuverability to devastating effect. These chariots were often manned by a driver and a warrior armed with spears or bows, capable of launching swift and powerful attacks against enemy formations. In addition to their chariotry, the Hittite infantry was a well-trained and disciplined force, equipped with bronze weaponry and protective armor. The Hittites also employed auxiliary troops, often drawn from conquered territories, adding diversity and flexibility to their military capabilities. Their ability to integrate different elements into a cohesive fighting force was a testament to their military ingenuity. Key battles and campaigns define the Hittite military history, showcasing their strategic brilliance and tactical adaptability. One of the most significant campaigns was the aforementioned Battle of Kadesh, a monumental clash that highlighted the scale of Hittite military operations. Despite the battle's indecisive outcome, it demonstrated the Hittites' ability to challenge the might of Egypt, underscoring their status as a great power. Another notable campaign was the Hittite conquest of Mitanni, a powerful kingdom that controlled much of northern Syria. Under the leadership of Suppiluliuma I, the Hittites launched a series of calculated offensives that dismantled Mitanni's influence and brought its territories under Hittite control. This conquest not only expanded the Hittite Empire but also secured key trade routes and resources, further strengthening their position in the region. The Hittites also engaged in campaigns against the Assyrians and other regional powers, often employing diplomacy and warfare in tandem to achieve their objectives. Their ability to navigate the complex geopolitical landscape of the ancient Near East was a hallmark of their military strategy, allowing them to forge alliances and neutralize threats effectively. Technological innovation played a crucial role in the Hittites' military success. They were pioneers in the use of iron, a development that gave them a significant advantage in weaponry and tools. The transition from bronze to iron weaponry enhanced their military capabilities, enabling them to produce more durable and effective arms. This technological edge, combined with their strategic foresight, made the Hittites a formidable adversary on the battlefield. The legacy of Hittite military achievements extends beyond their conquests. Their strategies, tactics, and innovations influenced subsequent civilizations, leaving an indelible mark on the art of warfare. The Hittites demonstrated that military success was not solely dependent on brute force, but on a nuanced understanding of strategy, technology, and diplomacy. As we delve into the intricacies of Hittite military prowess, we gain insight into the factors that contributed to their empire's success. Through a combination of strategic brilliance and technological innovation, the Hittites forged a legacy of martial excellence that resonated throughout the ancient world, shaping the course of history in profound ways. Religion and mythology were integral to Hittite society, shaping their worldview and influencing every aspect of life. The Hittites worshipped a complex pantheon of gods, each with unique attributes and roles, reflecting the diverse cultural influences that permeated their civilization. At the heart of Hittite religion was a syncretic approach that integrated elements from indigenous Anatolian beliefs and neighboring cultures such as the Hurrians, Mesopotamians, and Egyptians. This blend of religious traditions created a rich tapestry of beliefs that underscored the Hittites' adaptability and openness to cultural exchange. The Hittite pantheon was a hierarchy of deities, with the storm god Tarhun and the sun goddess Irina at its pinnacle. Tarhun, often depicted wielding a thunderbolt, was a central figure in Hittite religion, symbolizing power, authority, and the forces of nature. Irina, the sun goddess, was revered as a source of life and fertility, embodying the nurturing aspects of the divine. In addition to these major deities, the Hittites worshipped a host of other gods, each associated with specific aspects of life and nature. The god Tezhub, for example, was linked to the Hurrians and represented the elements of storm and sky. This incorporation of Hurrian deities illustrates the Hittites' ability to assimilate foreign religious elements into their own practices, enhancing their cultural richness. Religious practices and rituals played a central role in Hittite society, reinforcing social cohesion and legitimizing the authority of the ruling class. Priests and priestesses held significant roles, conducting ceremonies and overseeing the maintenance of temples and sacred sites. Religious festivals, often tied to agricultural cycles, were occasions for communal celebration and reflection, strengthening the bonds between the people and their deities. One of the most significant aspects of Hittite religion was its connection to the monarchy. The king was seen as a mediator between the gods and the people, embodying the divine mandate to rule. This sacred kingship was central to Hittite political ideology, as the king's authority was intertwined with religious legitimacy. The role of the king as both a political and spiritual leader underscored the importance of religion in shaping the governance and societal structure of the Hittites. The Hittites also left behind a rich corpus of mythological texts that provide insight into their beliefs and cultural values. These myths, often recorded on cuneiform tablets, include epic tales such as the Song of Ullikummi, which narrates the cosmic struggles between gods and monsters. Such myths were not only religious narratives but also reflections of the Hittites' understanding of the world and their place within it. The Hittites' approach to mythology was characterized by its emphasis on cosmic order and the balance of forces. Myths often depicted the interplay between chaos and harmony, illustrating the eternal struggle between divine beings and the natural world. This worldview was mirrored in the Hittites' emphasis on maintaining social order and stability, as reflected in their legal codes and governance. The society and culture of the Hittites were as complex and multifaceted as the empire they built. At its height, the Hittite civilization was a vibrant tapestry of social structures, artistic expression, and economic innovation that reflected the diversity of its people and the influences of its interactions with neighboring cultures. Hittite society was hierarchically structured, with the king at the apex, followed by the nobility, priests, and commoners. The king, regarded as both a political and spiritual leader, wielded significant power and authority, overseeing governance, military campaigns, and religious ceremonies. The royal family and nobility held privileged positions, often serving as administrators, military leaders, and diplomats, further entrenching their influence in the state's affairs. The role of women in Hittite society was notable, with evidence suggesting that they enjoyed a degree of autonomy and influence. Royal women, particularly queens and princesses, often played crucial roles in diplomatic relations and religious practices. The queen, known as the Tawananna, held a revered position, overseeing temple rituals and acting as a key advisor to the king. This prominence of women in the royal court reflects the Hittites' recognition of their contributions to the political and social spheres. The Hittite economy was primarily agrarian, with agriculture forming the backbone of their prosperity. The fertile lands of Anatolia provided abundant resources for farming, and the Hittites cultivated wheat, barley, and grapes. The agricultural surplus supported a growing population and facilitated trade with neighboring regions, enhancing the Hittites' economic standing. Trade was a vital component of Hittite society, linking them to distant lands and facilitating the exchange of goods, ideas, and technologies. The Hittites traded extensively with the Assyrians, Egyptians, and Mycenaeans, acquiring precious metals, textiles, and other commodities that fueled their economy. The Hittite control of key trade routes, such as those passing through the Levant, further underscored their strategic importance in the ancient world. Art and architecture were essential expressions of Hittite culture, reflecting their aesthetic sensibilities and technological achievements. Hittite art was characterized by its realism and attention to detail, evident in their sculptures, reliefs, and pottery. Monumental sculptures, often depicting deities, kings, and mythical creatures, adorned temples and palaces, serving both religious and political purposes. The architectural legacy of the Hittites is exemplified by the grandeur of Hattusa, their capital city. Hattusa's design reflected the Hittites' architectural prowess, with its impressive fortifications, temples, and royal residences. The city's layout, characterized by its complex network of streets and buildings, showcased the Hittites' advanced urban planning and construction techniques. Education and literacy played significant roles in Hittite society, as evidenced by the extensive cuneiform archives uncovered at sites like Hattusa and Kultepe. These archives, composed of tablets written in the Hittite language and other scripts, provide a wealth of information on administrative, legal, and diplomatic matters. The Hittites' commitment to record-keeping and literacy underscores their sophisticated bureaucratic system and the value they placed on knowledge and communication. The cultural and social fabric of the Hittites was also enriched by their interactions with neighboring civilizations. The exchange of ideas and practices, facilitated by trade and diplomacy, contributed to the Hittites' cultural dynamism and adaptability. Their ability to assimilate and synthesize diverse influences into their societal framework highlights their openness to change and innovation. Diplomacy and international relations were pivotal aspects of Hittite statecraft, reflecting their strategic acumen and ability to navigate the complex political landscape of the ancient Near East. The Hittites, through a combination of military might and diplomatic finesse, forged alliances and treaties that solidified their position as a major power in the region. The Hittites' diplomatic endeavors were often centered around maintaining balance and stability amid the shifting dynamics of rival empires. Their interactions with neighboring powers, such as Egypt, Assyria, and Mitanni, were characterized by a nuanced understanding of political alliances and rivalries. This diplomatic agility enabled the Hittites to navigate the intricacies of international relations, securing their interests while mitigating threats. One of the most significant diplomatic achievements of the Hittites was the peace treaty with Egypt following the Battle of Kadesh. This treaty, often regarded as one of the earliest known examples of international diplomacy, marked a turning point in Hittite-Egyptian relations. The treaty not only ended hostilities but also established a framework for cooperation and mutual recognition between the two great powers. The Hittites' diplomatic efforts extended beyond mere treaties. They engaged in marriage alliances, a common practice among ancient kingdoms, to strengthen ties and secure political leverage. Such alliances were instrumental in forging connections with influential families and securing the loyalty of vassal states. These marital ties often served as a means of ensuring peace and stability, reinforcing the Hittites' diplomatic outreach. Vassalage and client states played a crucial role in the Hittite diplomatic strategy. The Hittites maintained a network of vassal kingdoms and allied states, which provided military support and resources in exchange for protection and autonomy. This system of vassalage allowed the Hittites to extend their influence across a vast territory, creating a buffer against potential threats and ensuring a steady flow of tribute. The Hittites also demonstrated their diplomatic acumen through their interactions with distant powers. The Amarna letters, a collection of correspondences between the Hittites and other rulers, provide a glimpse into the intricacies of Hittite diplomacy. These letters reveal the Hittites' engagement in negotiations, trade agreements, and alliances with various states, highlighting their role as a key player in the international arena. Diplomatic relations were not limited to formal agreements. They also involved cultural exchanges that enriched Hittite society. The Hittites absorbed influences from the civilizations they interacted with, incorporating foreign elements into their art, religion, and administration. This cultural exchange was a testament to the Hittites' openness and adaptability, enhancing their ability to maintain harmonious relations with diverse cultures. The legacy of Hittite diplomacy is evident in their ability to balance power and maintain stability in a region marked by competition and conflict. Their strategic approach to international relations laid the foundation for a cohesive and enduring empire, demonstrating the importance of diplomacy as a tool for statecraft and governance. The art and architecture of the Hittites stand as enduring testaments to their cultural achievements and aesthetic sensibilities. Through their artistic expressions and architectural innovations, the Hittites crafted a visual language that reflected their values, beliefs, and societal aspirations, leaving a legacy that continues to captivate and inspire. Hittite art was characterized by its realism and attention to detail, manifesting in various forms such as sculptures, reliefs, and pottery. The Hittites excelled in the depiction of human figures, animals, and mythical creatures, often imbuing their works with a sense of dynamism and vitality. These artistic expressions were not merely decorative but served as vehicles for conveying religious, political, and social themes. One of the most striking aspects of Hittite art was the use of monumental sculptures and reliefs to adorn temples, palaces, and public spaces. These works often depicted deities, kings, and heroic figures, symbolizing the divine authority and power of the Hittite state. The intricate detailing and craftsmanship of these pieces reflect the Hittites' mastery of artistic techniques and their commitment to visual storytelling. The lion was a recurring motif in Hittite art, symbolizing strength, courage, and royal authority. Lion sculptures and reliefs adorned gateways, temples, and public buildings, serving as guardians and emblems of protection. The Hittites' affinity for depicting lions underscores their reverence for these majestic creatures and their symbolic association with leadership and power. Pottery and ceramics were also integral components of Hittite art, showcasing their technical expertise and aesthetic sensibilities. Hittite pottery was often adorned with intricate patterns and motifs, reflecting the cultural influences and artistic traditions of the time. These ceramics were not only functional but also served as cultural artifacts, providing insights into the daily life and customs of the Hittites. Hittite architecture was marked by its monumental scale and innovative design, exemplified by the grandeur of Hattusa, their capital city. Hattusa was a marvel of urban planning and engineering, featuring a complex network of fortifications, temples, and royal residences. The city's layout, characterized by its strategic positioning and architectural symmetry, reflected the Hittites' advanced understanding of construction and urban development. The temples of Hattusa were architectural masterpieces, serving as centers of worship and cultural expression. These sacred structures were often adorned with elaborate reliefs and sculptures, illustrating the religious themes and rituals central to Hittite belief. The temple's design and construction reflected the Hittites' architectural prowess and their dedication to creating spaces that embodied the divine presence. In addition to their monumental structures, the Hittites also excelled in the construction of fortifications and defensive architecture. Their cities were often protected by massive walls and gates, strategically designed to withstand sieges and invasions. These fortifications were a testament to the Hittites' military acumen and their commitment to safeguarding their territories. The legacy of Hittite art and architecture extends beyond their visual impact. Their artistic and architectural achievements influenced subsequent civilizations, contributing to the broader cultural tapestry of the ancient Near East. The Hittites' ability to synthesize diverse influences into a cohesive artistic expression highlights their openness to innovation and their enduring contribution to the world of art and architecture. The decline of the Hittite Empire marked the end of a significant era in ancient Near Eastern history, yet their legacy endured long after their political power waned. The fall of the Hittites was a complex process influenced by a combination of internal challenges and external pressures that gradually eroded their once mighty empire. One of the primary factors contributing to the decline of the Hittite Empire was internal strife and political instability. Succession disputes and power struggles within the royal family weakened the central authority, leading to fragmentation and vulnerability. The erosion of effective governance undermined the coherence of the empire, making it increasingly difficult to maintain control over its vast territories. Economic challenges also played a role in the Hittite decline. The agricultural heartland of Anatolia faced periods of drought and resource scarcity, impacting the empire's ability to sustain its population and military endeavors. These economic difficulties, coupled with disruptions in trade networks, strained the Hittites' capacity to project power and maintain their territorial integrity. External pressures further compounded the challenges facing the Hittite Empire. The rise of new powers, such as the Assyrians and the Sea Peoples, posed significant threats to Hittite stability. The Assyrians, in particular, exerted military pressure on Hittite territories, challenging their dominance and contributing to the gradual erosion of their influence. The final blow to the Hittite Empire came with the invasions of the Sea Peoples, a mysterious confederation of maritime raiders that swept across the eastern Mediterranean around the late 13th century BC. These invasions disrupted established political structures and trade networks, leading to widespread instability and the eventual collapse of the Hittite state. Despite their political decline, the Hittites' legacy endured through their cultural and technological contributions. Their advancements in iron metallurgy and military tactics influenced subsequent civilizations, shaping the development of warfare and technology in the ancient world. The Hittites' innovations in governance, law, and diplomacy provided valuable insights into the complexities of statecraft and international relations. The Hittites also left a lasting impact on the cultural and religious landscape of the region. Their syncretic approach to religion and their artistic expressions continued to resonate, influencing the artistic traditions and religious practices of neighboring cultures. The Hittites' cultural legacy is evident in the continued reverence for their myths, art, and architecture, which continue to inspire and captivate scholars and enthusiasts alike. The Hittite Empire stands as a testament to the power of innovation, diplomacy, and cultural synthesis in shaping the course of history. From their origins in Anatolia to their zenith as a great power of the ancient Near East, the Hittites forged a legacy that continues to resonate through the annals of time. Through their military prowess, diplomatic acumen, and cultural achievements, the Hittites carved out an empire that influenced the dynamics of the ancient world. Their ability to adapt to changing circumstances, integrate diverse influences, and maintain a cohesive state underscores the complexity and resilience of their civilization. From the history and legacy of the Hittites, we gain valuable insights into the forces that shaped human societies and the enduring impact of their contributions. The Hittites, with their rich cultural heritage and profound understanding of the human experience, remain a source of inspiration and fascination, offering a glimpse into the tapestry of our shared past.